Hi guys, my name is Ruby and today I am presenting to you Rubik's Cube. So Rubik's Cube got its name originally actually for me. It's a nickname that was given to me back when I first started working at the Celt Irish Pub, and it's stuck to me for 10 years now, so I had to give it light in some way or another, and thank you SpeedRailz for giving it an opportunity to play with Eastern Standard today. So my riff on it today, I used hibiscus simple syrup to create a spicy simple syrup using some toasted habaneros and toasted ginger root. I brought it to a simmer and let it sit overnight to just let all the flavors infuse. I did use 2 parts more of the regular simple syrup against the habanero, just because habanero is a very spicy pepper and it tends to sometimes overpower everything. So I did go the hibiscus and habanero route because I wanted to implement a lot of me into this cocktail and my heritage. I am Mexican, and right now it is one of the best times to try to stand up and be proud of where we come from. So I did use on my rim as well very known fartos chilito, which is going to be a Mexican spice, kind of like tajin, but a little bit on the sweeter side of that, to kind of just contrast with the botanicals and tart, and kind of give it a little bit, just a twang of spice into the cocktail as well. When you first bring up the cocktail to your for your first sip, you will get hints of that mint on that garnish. The cucumber smell is really fresh and potent on that as well. Flavor profiles, we're going floral, very floral depth, using that hibiscus flower, while still keeping a bit of the tartness that it also contributes into it. Makes it, to me, with a little bit of zesty spice in there, it makes it a little bit just balanced perfectly well. I did use some bubbles, and it is over ice. Not a lot, people put it on ice, so it does have some bubbles. I topped it with some Topo Chico just to give it a little bit more refreshment to it and a little bit of body to the cocktail. On my garnish, I did utilize a hibiscus wildflower and syrup, so that it is going to be an edible flower. It is delicious, and it's got a great hibiscus palette following it as well. So I hope you guys enjoy, and this is the Rubik's Cube.
What is on the rim of the cocktail again?
So it's a fartos chilito. It's a fartos chilito, which is kind of like a tajin, but it's not necessarily as spicy. It's got a little bit more citrus and sweet to it than a kick of punch like tajin does. So it kind of is not a spicy rim.
You talked a lot about how this cocktail fits like your Mexican heritage and your culture. Does this cocktail have any ties to Dallas heritage and culture? And if so, how can you connect that?
So honestly, I feel like the big tie to my cocktail, to the community more than anything, is a lot of my friends had a lot to do with it. I sat down with a lot of my local bartenders, kind of just bounced ideas off of them with what I was working on and what I was working with. Hibiscus simple syrup is actually made by one of my really good bartending friends at Room 111, which is the speakeasy at Layered in downtown McKinney. So I used his simple syrup to kind of work and play around with the flavors. Down to the big cubes that are in here. Also, one of my bartender friends was like, "Hey dude, I have beautiful clear eyes if you want to use it." So I was going to make my own big cubes, and I was like, oh yeah, I love it. Honestly, more than anything, I wanted to represent myself in a drink. You know, the ruby hue color, I had to play with it. I love how much the community had input into it and helped me out. And I come from an Irish pub. Craft cocktails may not be my biggest strength, and for gin to be, Hendrickson to be one of the spirit of choice to work with, it definitely threw me for a swing there.
Talk loud for me.
Rubik's cocktail is very bold in all of the right ways, I would argue. It does a great job of incorporating hibiscus, habanero. It's a very well-balanced cocktail, and I love the bold choice of serving it over ice as compared to doing it in a martini glass. I think it worked out pretty well. My biggest point of contention is I can't taste any Hendrix in it, and I also can't really taste any cucumber in it. I think as well-balanced as the cocktail is, it doesn't do enough to establish itself as a specifically Eastern Standard cocktail. But overall, it's very drinkable, very crushable. It's definitely something I would order off a menu. I just wouldn't be able to tell you if it was an Eastern Standard or not.